In this video, we're going to be looking at our top 4K sim projectors for 2025. Of course, this can always change in the future, but in our opinion, these are some of the best 4K projectors that you can find for golf sim use. We'll be reviewing each of these projectors based on price, image quality, brightness, throw ratio, and quality of life features, things like how easy it is to set up and navigating the menus. The first projector on our list is the TK710STi. It's the most budget-friendly option, coming in at $1,999. The throw ratio of 0.69 to 0.83 tied for the lowest among the projectors on our list. Now, in general, a short throw distance isn't always required for a good quality projector. But today we are talking about golf simulators, and with a golf simulator, having a short throw distance really makes it easier to find a good spot to put your projector. It helps to keep it out of the way of the golfer and also helps to reduce chances of shadows showing up on the screen. The short throw ratio makes it one of the most versatile projectors for placement, which is why it made our list. So moving on to the brightness of the projector. The TK710 is not the brightest projector on our list, having a 3200 lumen output, but it will work well in an area with very little ambient light. Here's a clip of our review showing the brightness of the TK710STi when placed 12 feet away from a screen. The TK710STi gave us a lux reading of 140 from 12 feet from the projector screen. We also tested the screen brightness using the bright picture profile instead of the default living room profile.
Ugh, that looks terrible.
The bright profile gave us a lux reading of 210, so if you need some extra brightness, the TK710 is able to push out a little bit more if needed. You'll notice that the bright setting really degrades the color accuracy though, and we wouldn't recommend using it if you want the best image from your projector. So next we're moving on to the image quality. This part is going to be a little more subjective, and we're going to be looking at the quality of the image projected on a screen compared to what we see on a computer monitor. So while it's not the brightest projector out there, it doesn't sacrifice color quality for brightness. The greens and reds might be a little bit muted, but the blue is really nice and deep. One thing is, like with most projectors, the yellow is a little bit off and it maybe leans a little towards like a green tint. So while it's a good option at a low price 4K, unless you've got a very dark space to use this in, or using it on a smaller size screen, you can see the image quality suffer just a bit. But otherwise, if you've got a good dark space, or if you're using it on a smaller screen where you can place it a little bit closer to the screen to get more brightness, you're gonna have an excellent low cost 4K projector. It has both horizontal and vertical keystone correction. So if you don't have it lined up exactly centered on the screen horizontally, or if it is off of its vertical offset just a little bit, you can use the keystone correction settings on the projector to make sure everything's nice and square and fits your screen. So in summary, you are gonna have a hard time beating the TK710STi at this price point. With its 4K resolution, it's gonna give you a great image quality, and that's why it's on our list. Next on our list is the AK700ST from BenQ. The AK700ST is $2,499, so while it's not the cheapest projector on our list, you get a lot of bang for your buck. The AK700ST has the same 0.69 to 0.83 throw ratio as the TK710STi, meaning it has a nice short throw distance, which will give you plenty of options for placement. At 4,000 lumens, it's going to be the third brightest projector on our list, meaning that it'll work better in an area with a little more ambient light. The image quality is great, and it's right on par with even the most expensive options that we have on this list. So we're looking at a monitor with the same image displaying on it right now. I'm kind of comparing and contrasting what we see. When we're looking at the colors, the first thing we noticed were the green and the red look a little bit maybe more dull on the projector than they do in real life. But the blue is something that looks very true to color. So with all that being said, even though the green and the red, they aren't quite as vibrant, don't have as much pop, I mean, the hue of them is pretty much spot on from what we can tell. And then we're really impressed with the yellow right here. In the past on some projectors, yellows looked maybe a little orange or maybe had a little bit of a green tint to it. But here, I mean, it just looks pure yellow, it's really impressive. So now looking at the color gradient going across here, in the past, some projectors, there's been areas where the colors have looked kind of muddy going from one to another. But on this one, I don't see that at all. It looks fantastic. It looks really close to what we're seeing on the monitor. I see smooth transitions all the way across without any of the kind of blending and muddy colors that we've seen in the past. One other thing that we like to look at is on these lines in this area, chromatic aberration, where sometimes you can see a little bit of discoloring. With this projector, if it's there, it is very minimal, which is really a good sign and really points to a good high quality lens that comes with that projector. All right, so next up we are going to look at sharpness. Let's start here with the lines going across. As you can see, starts off nice and clear, and as the lines get smaller, closer together, I mean, you can still down here see each individual line pretty clearly. Especially if you get right up next to the screen, it's very easy to distinguish between the different lines. So that's really impressive. Looking up here at the top, again, you can see the lines easily. With this one where you have the cross hatching, it's very easy to distinguish the vertical and horizontal lines. So you've got a nice, crisp, clear image on the screen. So next, let's move on to quality of life features. One feature that really stands out for the AK710STi is its auto fit. With auto fit, as long as you have the projector positioned properly and you're using a standard aspect ratio screen, with the push of a button, the projector will automatically adjust the focus and zoom and allow that image to fit completely on your screen. So to wrap it all up, looking at the AK710STi, it's going to be a little more money than the TK710STi, but you are getting more bang from your buck, where the AK700 has quite a few more features than you'll get with the TK. So overall, the AK710STi really stands out because of its high image quality and its auto fit feature. And those are the two main reasons why it made our top list. The third projector on our list is the LG BU53RG. At $37.99, it's going to be one of the higher price options on the list, but at 5,000 lumens, it's also going to be one of the brightest. Even though it has a longer throw distance than the other options on our list, it is still considered a short throw projector. As I pull up the review footage for this projector, you'll see the color accuracy does seem to suffer a little bit for the LG ProBeam, but it does make up for it with a nice bright image. So that's going to make it a good option for a space that has a little bit more ambient light, even though it might sacrifice color quality a bit. In our opinion, even though the projector is placed further away from the screen, in our tests we thought it had the brightest looking image on the screen. So next we'll look at the quality of life features. The first thing we're going to look at is the lens shift. The LG ProBeam has a 50% vertical and 20% horizontal lens shift available. That means that you can physically move the lens on the projector using some dials built into the projector to adjust the direction that the image is projecting and allow it to fit nice and square on your screen. This projector also has image warping, allowing you to get a nice perfect fit for your image, even if it is on a non-traditionally shaped screen. In conclusion, the vertical and horizontal lens shift, along with the brighter image on the screen, allows it to work well in a space with a larger screen or more ambient light. Plus, its vertical and horizontal lens shift are reasons why it made our list. Finally on our list is the BenQ LK936STi. At $4,899, it is going to be the highest price option on the list. It has a middle of the road throw ratio at 0.81 to 0.89. It's also going to be the brightest projector at 5,100 lumens. So while on paper the LK936STi is the brightest projector, in our testing we found that the LG ProBeam looked brighter projecting onto the screen. Pulling up our review and looking at the image quality, you'll see that it holds up nicely when you compare it to the image on the computer monitor. Looking at the quality of life features, this projector also has the horizontal and vertical lens shift, like we saw with the LG, but it has 23% horizontal and 60% vertical, meaning that it has a lot more adjustability there than we saw with the ProBeam. In conclusion, while this is the most expensive option, we think you're getting the best of all worlds. You're getting good color, a decent throw distance, a nice bright output, and really, you're not making any sacrifices in any one area. If budget isn't a concern for you, this tends to be our most recommended projector. So that ends our quick overview on our list of favorite projectors. If you have a projector that you think should have made the list, please let us know in the comments below and maybe we'll do a review on it. As always, make sure you like and subscribe for more content on building your own golf simulator setup.